Alright guys, here we have my Volkswagen GTI. It's a Mark 6. We're going to do a DeAutoLed LED interior swap with the tag lights. We'll give you a full in-depth how-to, what all needs to occur to swap out your factory bulbs to the LEDs in the kit. Alright guys, with this kit I got the optional tag lights. They are LED, and for this all you're going to need to use is just a small flat blade screwdriver. All that needs to be done to remove these is get down and access your factory bulbs and housings. You're going to take your flat blade screwdriver. There's a tab on one side. All you have to do is push in and they will come out. Just like that. Now to remove the wiring on here, you can either just rock this back and pull it out, or you can take a flat blade screwdriver that you used to take it out and just slide it right out. It's no problem at all. You just rock it. Be careful because you can break these. And then in the socket, they're keyed, as is your new plug. So all you're going to do is match it up, plug it in, and you're good to go. You don't have to worry about polarity on these because of the plugs. Now all we're going to do is fish the wires back up inside the bumper. I believe this is the resistor to make sure that you don't have any warning bulbs saying that you have a tag light out. This should get a little warm. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put it away from any plastic or anything like that. Just going to fish mine down in there. And then all you have to do is get it in there and clip it up. Done. Alright, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn the lights on so you can see how bright they are. I don't know how this looks on camera, but it is extremely white and vibrant. It looks wonderful. I love the results of this so far. Alright, next I'm going to go to the back hatch area. We're just going to work our way forward with the install. Right over here is the only light in the rear. In order to remove this one, there's a little provision. I'm just going to go ahead and use the same flat blade screwdriver that I used for the tag light. Get it in there and gently, very carefully pry it out. And it looks like the connector is a very simple, nice and small wedge plug. So you're just going to put both of these in, pull it out, just like that. And here is the factory trunk area bulb. One thing that I really like that DeAutoLed did is they labeled every package. This one says trunk, so you know it's going to be for the rear. They are polarity sensitive. What that means is you can basically install it backwards, and if you do that you aren't going to get any light. In order to take the old bulb out, I'm going to go ahead and take this same screwdriver and pry back just a little bit on this copper. Just like that, you can get the factory bulb out. Now if you're like me and you had it on, it's going to be a little warm. Okay, we're going to take our new DeAutoLed LED. We're going to put it just in the same position. We're going to have the LEDs facing down. It is a little loose, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the screwdriver after I check the polarity, and I'm going to push the copper back in towards the bulb to tighten it down so that there are no issues or anything like that. Alright, and the LED is on and working. Alright, I don't know if you can hear this or not, but initially it was rattling in there, and all I did was I pushed back on the aluminized part and it tightened it up for us. Now to install this, all we're going to do is plug it in, and slide it back up just like it was, and it'll snap in. Boom, just like that, the rear trunk LED is installed. For the rear dome lights, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to grab on one of the sides and then just pry down. Try not to use too much force. You can break this, and I'm sure that this is not a cheap piece, but just like that it comes right off, and then you have access to your 3 rear dome. I believe that these are 194 bulbs. And then to get the bulbs out, all you have to do is just pull out, use a little bit of pressure, Doesn't take a whole lot to get these out of here. Alright guys, if you couldn't see before, what you have to do to get your rear dome cover off, it has 4 little wedge clips that go on little bars right here. So you just have to get some pressure on one side and start pulling down on it. And you'll hear 2 clicks on one side, and then you'll just follow it down to the other and just keep pulling. I wouldn't use a whole lot of pressure because this is pretty flimsy plastic. These bulbs are polarity sensitive as well, so if you plug them in backwards, they won't light up. Alright, that one we're good on. We'll do the same thing on these other 2. Alright, you see how the middle one's not lighting up? All we have to do to fix that is pull it out of the slot, flip it 180 degrees, and put it back in the slot. And now it's working. To complete the installation, all you have to do is get your cover lined up. I'm going to make sure that I'm not hitting any of my LEDs. And give her a little pressure. Not too much, because you are pushing up against the headliner. And just like that, you hear your 4 snaps and you are in, and you're good to go in the rear dome light. A neat feature using this brand over some of the competitors is when you shut your door and your dome lights fade out, the LEDs will also fade out, and that's a very neat feature. A lot of LEDs, they will just abruptly shut off. And she fades out just like that, and I believe it should fade turning on. Yep, they fade turning on as well, just like the factory bulbs. On these front domes, it's a little bit different. You're gonna have a flap to pull down, I believe right here. See if we can't get the credit card in somewhere in this neighborhood. Because what needs to occur is we need to be able to see 2 mounting screws. Just nice and easy with it. This definitely seems like it's not the most sturdy plastic in the world. And here is the flap that we needed to take out. Nothing too major. That allows you to see there are 1 and 2 Torx heads, and once you take those down, you should be able to pull down your entire overhead console. Now that you got those 2 out, you should be able to finagle this bad boy down. Looks as though there may be 2 clips on the back side still holding me up, so I'll take that same screwdriver that we used in the back, give it a little pry, give this side a little pry, and just like that, your overhead console comes down. Alright guys, all I did was I unplugged this blue connector for all of the lights so that I could get this drop down so that you guys could see what's going on. You've got a bulb here and a bulb right here, and what you're going to do to get those out, you're just going to twist them. Alright guys, it doesn't look like it matters which way you turn it. It looks like it'll come out either way. This is what you're left with, this little assembly right here. You're going to just take the bulb out. You're going to take the LEDs that were supplied in the kit. We're going to put it in there, just like this. And once those are in, I do believe that if you are in the incorrect polarity, all you'll have to do is just twist it, pull it up, flip the socket, flip this assembly 180 degrees, and put it back in. A lot of you guys probably have smaller hands and fingers than I do, so this will probably be a lot easier for you. Oh, much better. That's very simple. If you have large hands like me, little pair of needle nose pliers, very beneficial. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Just pull the bulb out, insert the new LED. I'll plug this in, I'm going to test them. They are both in working order. Oh, that is nice. I really do like this kit. That was the only thing I unplugged, so I'm going to gently put this back into place. You've got 2 clips on the front, 2 clips in the back, and then the screws hold the rest. Alright, then we're going to take our little cover and fish it back in its home. Just push it back up into place, get all the clips seated. There are 4 clips, I believe. There you go. The domes are on and working properly. So here is our front dome light LED and our rear dome light LED. Alright guys, we're going to go ahead and do the vanity light. Alright, so with this, you're going to insert the screwdriver. There's a little plastic piece that goes around it. You're going to feel for that metal tab. You're going to push on it and pull down. And then she just comes out freely. Ooh, ribbon wiring. And this again is just like the trunk where it's the wedge style bulb. Here's our new LED bulb versus our factory incandescent bulb. Got heat sinks on the back, which is nice. So for the installation, I'm just going to put the heat sinks facing up. Got the 2 wedges right here. And again, this is a little loose, so I'm going to take the screwdriver. I'm going to pry back on these just to make it fit a little bit tighter so then it doesn't rattle and it gets good connection. Flat blade can double as a wedge, which is nice. Well, that's a lot nicer. Then I'm going to check polarity, and it is in working order, so I'm just going to put it back up in. We're just going to snap it up in there. There's the LED in the sun visor. The other side's going to be the exact same. Alright guys, we're down here in the footwell now. As you can tell, the light bulb's right here. What I'm going to do first is I'm just going to unplug the connector. It's the same double pinch style as it was in the trunk. The Torx head screw that I took out in order to get this out of here was right above the OBD access port. And you can see that just flops right down. It looks like in order to get this out of its housing, all you have to do is there's a little tab right here on the back side. So if you're looking at it the way that it mounts, it's going to be the closest to that kick panel. So I'm just going to take my screwdriver, do a little twist in action right there. See if the bulb housing won't come out of here. Alright, here's the bulb housing. I'm going to bring it out to the table because you actually have to take this one apart. We got the assembly out, and it looks as though there are 4 individual little clips, 2 on each side, that we're going to have to take off, wedge it out a little bit to get this assembly out so that we can get in there and get to the actual bulb. Now that we got that off, all we have to do is get this bulb pushed out, get the new LED inserted. Just going to take my screwdriver and pry out just like that. You got a little hole right here, the bulb side in there. You just push forward and it will pop your bulb out. Like this one, the way to get it in there. Slide it down there. Get it wedged in there. I don't know if you can see inside the housing, but you can see the LED. This is what we just installed in the mount. Before I put that back together, I'm going to go check it in the car and make sure that my polarity is correct. Alright guys, after the test fit, the test plug to ensure that everything was working properly, it sure was. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put the cover back on. Have a little lip right here. Got a couple 90s. So you just want to line that up. Slide it down. Here are your clips. Then I'm going to get a pair of needle nose pliers and push back in here where I'd originally bent it. Alright, got some needle nose pliers. Doesn't take a whole lot of pressure for bending this. Looks like it's just really thin, almost tin substance. So now that we got the assembly put back together, we're going to go back to the car, put it in, put that Torx head back in, get the OBD2 port back up where it belongs, and we'll switch to the passenger side. Alright guys, we're back under the dash here. We got the assembly. Got the original mount, the OBD2 port still in there. What we're going to do, we're just going to do reverse of the way that it came out. Get that up in there, push it, hear the click, plug it in. And as you can see, I did opt for the red footwells. I think that looks pretty nice. I think it looks nice and classy. What we're going for in life. Alright, easy as that. We're going to stick our Torx head back in the hole and tighten this down. And this side will be done. In this instance, I did have to go ahead and push on the back of that, push it forward to get my hole to line up. Nice and tight, everything's as it should be. We're going to switch to the other side. Alright guys, we're on the passenger side, and this side looks even easier yet. It looks like all we're going to have to do is get a screwdriver and pry it down and be able to get the assembly out to unplug it. I got my screwdriver. I'm going to try to just pry this one out of here. For the passenger side footlight, just kind of what I was thinking, you're going to pry up against the kickboard here. You're going to use that side, the closest to the outside, and you're going to pry down. Be nice and careful, and everything should come out without breaking for you. Get this plugged in and get it back up in its home. It should be good to go. There's our passenger side install. We're now in the glove box. Going to do the LED swap there. This one's very easy. I'm just going to remove my manual so it's not in my way. Get my screwdriver in here. It's got the little provision to pry. Get it in there and just pry down. Comes out with relative ease. Looks like it's going to be the same song and dance as the trunk and the footwells with the double clip. And just like that, got this out. It appears as though it's going to be the exact same as the footwells. Yep, just as I suspected, everything for the disassembly and reassembly of this light was just the same as the footwells. Guys, thanks for watching the video. We've got the full LED from DeAutoLed install. Red footlights, LEDs. You know, honestly, this really wasn't the worst. This was not the worst to install at all. The LED back here in the hatch. The only specialty tool that you guys might need is a Torx. It's a T15 head. Some people may not have those. Other than that, you just need a flat blade screwdriver or a credit card. Yeah, I mean, shouldn't take you too long. I'd say probably 30 minutes or so. Once you get going, it's not bad. I just want to thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. We're going to have a lot more footage coming out for the Volkswagen. Probably a couple clips for the Chevy truck. It's going to be a good time. I appreciate you sticking with us and watching. Thanks. Have a good day.